Let's starts now. The Trials of the Throne. Igris the Bloodred. Growth has a price. For Sung Jin-Woo, that price is a journey into a dungeon that shouldn't exist. The system has issued a job change quest, a trial designed to push a hunter to the brink of insanity. No allies, no Jin-Ho, no escape. Inside a crumbling, haunted castle, Jin-Woo must face an army of knights that never tire and a commander who has never lost. Today, the E-rank title will be stripped away, and a new destiny will be forged in the blood of the strongest knight in the abyss, Igris. Scene 1. The Gate to Nowhere. Jin-Woo stood in a deserted alleyway, the shimmering purple portal of the job change quest swirling before him. Unlike regular gates, this one radiated a heavy, suffocating pressure. Warning: you have entered a quest instance. You cannot leave the dungeon until the quest is completed. Healing items and the store are restricted. Everything is on the line, Jin-Woo whispered, tightening the straps on his armor. He stepped through. He emerged in a massive, Gothic cathedral. The air smelled of cold stone and ancient dust. Rows of stone statues lined the walls, knights in full plate armor, holding halberds and swords. The silence was absolute until the first step, clang. The eyes of the statues glowed with a ghostly blue flame. One by one, the stone cracked and an army of silver knights began to march. Scene 2, the infinite wave. The knights weren't like the monsters Jin-Woo had fought before. They had no fear, no pain, and perfect coordination. They're just tin cans. Jin-Woo growled, drawing Kasaka's poison fang. He moved like a blur, his agility now so high that the knights appeared to move in slow motion. He sliced through joints and helmets, sparks flying as steel met magic-infused bone. But for every 10 he killed, 20 more emerged from the shadows. Skill, bloodlust activated. The enemies are unaffected. They have no souls to fear. Jin-Woo realized he was wasting stamina. He stopped slashing and started puncturing, aiming for the core of mana hidden in their chest plates. He was a surgeon with a blade, carving a path through a sea of silver. Scene 3. The Throne Room. After hours of relentless fighting, Jin-Woo reached the heart of the castle. The massive oak doors creaked open to reveal a throne room bathed in twilight. At the end of the long red carpet sat a single figure on a throne. He wore crimson armor, a tattered red cape, and a helmet with a long, flowing plume that looked like dried blood. This wasn't a hollow knight. This was a warrior. Boss. Bloodred Commander Igris. Igris didn't rush. He stood up slowly, the sound of his armor echoing like a death knell. He unsheathed a massive longsword that glowed with a faint, murderous light. Then, in a gesture of pure martial pride, Igris tossed his sword aside. He unclipped his cape and raised his gauntleted fists. He wanted to fight Jin-Woo as an equal. Scene 4. God versus Knight. The clash was instantaneous. Jin-Woo lunged with his dagger, but Igris caught his wrist with a hand like a vice. Before Jin-Woo could react, a heavy fist slammed into his ribs, sending him crashing into a marble pillar. Crack. HP, 65%. Jin-Woo coughed up blood. He's fast, faster than me. The fight became a brutal exchange of martial arts. Igris moved with the grace of a dancer and the power of a mountain. Every time Jin-Woo tried to use a skill, Igris countered it with a raw physical strike. If I can't outspeed him, I have to outthink him, Jin-Woo thought. He threw his dagger at Igris' head. Igris caught it effortlessly, but that was the trap. Jin-Woo used the split-second distraction to close the gap, grabbing Igris' helmet and slamming his knee into the knight's visor. Scene 5, the final struggle. The battle shifted to the ground. Igris pinned Jin-Woo, his hands tightening around Jin-Woo's throat. The air was leaving Jin-Woo's lungs. His vision began to blur. HP, 20%. Warning, health is critically low. In the haze of near death, Jin-Woo saw his dagger, the one Igris had caught, lying just inches away. He reached out, his fingers brushing the hilt. I won't die here. With a surge of hidden, Jin-Woo bucked his hips, throwing the heavy knight off balance. He grabbed the dagger and drove it through the gap in Igris' neck armor. Igris froze. The blue flames in his eyes flickered, then slowly faded. The great commander slumped forward, his forehead resting against Jin-Woo's shoulder in a final, silent salute. "You have defeated Bloodred Commander Igris. Level up! Level up!" Scene 6. The true quest begins. Jin-Woo lay on the floor, gasping for air. He expected the dungeon to end, but the system had one more cruelty in store. The job change quest is not over. Survival timer, 04 minutes, 59 seconds left. Survive the endless horde to determine your rank. The gates of the throne room burst open. Hundreds, no, thousands of knights, mages, and assassins flooded in. Jin-Woo was exhausted, his mana was 0, and his HP was in the red. "You want more?" Jin-Woo laughed, a manic edge to his voice. He picked up Igris's discarded longsword. It was heavy, but it felt right. "Then come and get it!" The next 4 minutes were a blur of steel and screams. Jin-Woo fought like a demon. He used the environment, toppling pillars and using the corpses of knights as shields. He was no longer thinking. He was a machine of survival. 1 o'clock minutes, 0:30 seconds, 0:10 seconds. As the timer hit 0, Jin-Woo collapsed into a pile of broken armor, his sword shattered, his body broken. Scene 7. Arise. The world went white. Jin-Woo found himself back in the quiet cathedral, but the air was different. A golden screen appeared before him, evaluating players' performance, points for defeating the boss, fighting without rest, surpassing limits. Current class, fighter, rejected. Current class, assassin, rejected. The screens began to glitch, flickering between 100 different jobs until they turned a deep obsidian black. A hidden class has been detected. Do you wish to accept the job, Shadow Monarch? Jin-Woo hesitated. Monarch? He thought of the soldiers he had just killed. He thought of the power to never be alone again. I accept. You have become the Shadow Monarch. New skill unlocked, Shadow Extraction. New skill unlocked, Shadow Storage. Scene 8, the birth of an army. Jin-Woo looked at the corpse of Igris. He felt a tether of mana connecting him to the fallen knight's soul. "The system says I can take what I killed," Jin-Woo whispered. He extended his hand. Arise, the shadows beneath Igris began to boil. A hand made of pure darkness reached out, but then snapped back. Extraction failed. 2 attempts remaining. "Don't do this to me," Jin-Woo growled. "You were a king in life. Don't spend eternity rotting in this dust. Protect me instead. Arise." The shadows erupted. A pillar of black fire shot into the ceiling. From the darkness, a knight emerged. He was taller than before, his armor now jet black with glowing purple ley lines. He knelt before Jin-Woo, his tattered red cape fluttering in a wind that didn't exist. "Shadow, Igris, Knight, Grade has been added to your army." Jin-Woo looked around the room at the thousands of fallen knights. He raised his hand, his eyes glowing with the true power of the monarch. "All of you, arise." One by one, the shadows of the entire army stood up. 1,000 soldiers, black as night, eyes glowing purple, stood in perfect formation. Scene 9, the world trembles ending. Outside the gate, the sun was rising. Jin-Woo stepped out, but he didn't look like the E-rank porter who had entered. He looked like a king returning from a conquest. His phone buzzed. It was a message from the Hunter Association. Notification, your rank reevaluation is scheduled for tomorrow. Jin-Woo looked at his shadow. Inside that shadow, Igris was waiting. 1,000 soldiers were waiting. "The world thinks they know what an C rank is," Jin-Woo said, walking toward his home. "They have no idea." Final shot, a close-up of Jin-Woo's eye. Inside the pupil, the silhouette of Igris is visible, standing guard over his master's soul. End of Episode 4.